Hey everyone, welcome back to this tutorial series. In this video, we are going to cover what is JavaScript and JavaScript engine, what text editor we are going to use, and what is developer console. So let's just start without any delay. If anyone asks you what is JavaScript, so you can tell the last sentence, that is JavaScript is a lightweight just-in-time compiled programming language with first-class functions. But that is not sufficient, right? Because we are here to understand exactly what is JavaScript is. So let's go one by one. When JavaScript was initially created, it was created to make web pages alive. What I mean by that? That means before JavaScript, web pages were dead, right? So to enable the interaction between the user and the web pages, JavaScript was created. And that's why we can make this statement that JavaScript was initially created to make web pages alive because it enables interaction between the user and the web pages. And whatever we write in JavaScript are called scripts. We can simply say it scripts. So when JavaScript was created, it initially had another name, and that was LiveScript. So why it actually changed to JavaScript? Because when LiveScript was introduced, at that time Java was very popular. And to get the same popularity, LiveScript team decided to change its name from LiveScript to JavaScript as a younger brother of Java. But as it evolved, JavaScript became a fully independent language with its own specification called ECMAScript. And now it has no relation with Java. So basically, we need to understand here what is ECMAScript. So there is an organization called ECMA International. Now ECMA stands for European Computer Manufacturers Association. So this organization, which is a non-profitable organization, has developed a specification for scripting language, and that specification is known as ECMAScript. So since it has been developed for scripting language and JavaScript is also a scripting language, so JavaScript also follows it. So it has a fully independent language and it's a specification for scripting language. So JavaScript and Java has no relation. Earlier it was having for the sake of popularity, but now it does not have because JavaScript has its own popularity now. So today JavaScript can execute not only in the browser, because we all are aware like JavaScript where we can run JavaScript only over the browser, not on at the server side or any other platform. But now it is possible because there is a special program called JavaScript engine. Now wherever we implement JavaScript engine, we can run JavaScript there as well. So in Node.js, what happens is like we implement JavaScript engine, or basically it is already implemented in Node.js. So JavaScript engine gets implemented at server side, and so we are able to run JavaScript at server side as well, right? So in the in other way, we can say like if we can integrate or implement JavaScript engine on any platform, then we can run JavaScript in that platform as well. Right, there is nothing wrong in it. So let's read this statement again. Today, JavaScript can execute not only in the browser but also on the server or actually on any device that has a special program called the JavaScript engine. So before going to the last statement, which is the actual definition of JavaScript, let's understand what is JavaScript engine. So the browser has an embedded engine. As we know that when JavaScript was invented, it was invented for browsers. So to run JavaScript there as well, we need a JavaScript engine. And that JavaScript engine is also known as JavaScript Virtual Machine. So you can say any name, like it's up to you whether you are calling it as JavaScript Virtual Machine or you are calling it as JavaScript engine. So there are enormous amount of browsers we have, and so all browsers have their own code names for JavaScript engine. For example, Chrome, Opera, and Edge has V8 as code name for the JavaScript engine. Firefox has SpiderMonkey. Chakra is for IE, JavaScript Core, Nitro, and Squirrelfish for Safari, etc. Okay, we'll take the example of V8, which is for Chrome, later on in the later slides. Now, JavaScript engines are complicated, but it does the basic things very easily. What it does is, it does only three things. It actually reads the script. When I'm saying script, it's the JavaScript, because we just understood that whatever we write in this language are called scripts. So this JavaScript engine reads, or in technical term, it parses the script. Then it converts or compiles the script, that is JavaScript code, to the machine language. And once it is converted to machine language, it can run pretty fast. Right. So let's just visualize it. We'll take the example of V8. So how JavaScript works? This is an example of JavaScript engine, that is V8. The structure is similar for other browsers as well. Okay. So we have a JS file. .js is the extension of the JavaScript file. So we have a JS file. When it gets to the JavaScript engine, it first gets parsed, and as a result, AST gets created. It's a syntax tree. Now, how it looks like, let's see it. This is how it looks like. When we write some code, we write in a very what I can say structured manner. But browser does not understand those things, or machine does not understand those high level language. So that high level language gets converted to low level language or machine language. So the intermediate state is AST here. That is a syntax tree. So you have a statement, you have a while loop, you have a return statement, you have a variable, you have a constant. Like that, everything gets distributed in all nodes. People who do not understand while loop, return statement, do not worry about it, because when you'll cover a few videos in this series, and you will come back to this video again, you will be able to understand. So for now, if you are not able to understand, you can simply ignore it for now. For people who understand like few syntaxes, so this is how AST gets created after parse. Once AST gets created, then it gets converted to machine code, which runs over the browser. So these are the three steps that engine does. It actually parses the script, then compiles the script, and then the machine language runs over the browser. Fine. As we understood what is JavaScript engine, let's now jump to the last statement, and that is the definition of JavaScript. You can add more points here, but I have used only three things. JavaScript is a lightweight, just-in-time compiled programming language with first-class functions. So here we need to understand what is just-in-time compiled language and what is first-class functions. So let's understand that. This is a Wikipedia definition. You can just find our Wikipedia as well. Just-in-time compilation is basically when your code is there and ready to run over the browser. At that time only, the browser compiles the code. That is at runtime only. One is like you have compiled it already to machine code, and then you are running over the browser. That is called ahead of time compilation. AOT compilation means you are compiling the code first and then you are running it over the browser. But in JavaScript case, we actually compile at the runtime. When we load the code over the browser, at that time only we compile the code. And so it is called just-in-time compilation. So just-in-time compilation, also known as dynamic translation or runtime compilation, is a way of executing computer code that involves compilation during execution of a program. Means it actually compiles the code during the execution of a program, not before that. So when the program is getting executed, at that time only it actually compiles the code. That is known as runtime. At runtime only it compiles the code, not before execution. If you compile the code before execution, it means you are doing ahead of time compilation. That is AOT compilation. Fine. Second is, what is first class function? Now, this is a point. If you do not understand, then cover the series till functions and then come back to this video to understand it. If you are aware of functions a little bit, it will be useful for you. But for the people who is not able to understand what is this topic all about, do not worry about it, because once you will cover the function video and come back to this video again, you will be able to understand. But let me just explain it a little bit. So what is a first class function? For that, I have created a JavaScript file. You can see index.js. .js is the extension. And what I'll do, I'll create a function. I can say example, and I'll create another function. I can say like test. Fine. So this function can be assigned to a variable as well, where x equals to this. So we can assign a function to a variable. It can be done only if there is a possibility of first class function. So if this feature is there, then we can say the language has first class function feature. The other feature are like, we can pass a function in an argument as well. So for example, we call this test and we have an argument here y. So when we call this test, we can pass the argument as x. So this is the parameter and this is the argument, we can say. So when we are calling test function, we are passing x, and x is nothing but the complete function itself, right? People who do not know what is function, you do not need to worry. You just need to complete the video says till function, and then you will be able to understand this. So this is function and this is stored in x, and we are passing x while calling the test function. So basically we are passing function as an argument. Also we can return a function, right? We can return a function from a function. So these features are actually uh, signifies that the language has first class function feature. So that is what is written here. A programming language is said to have first class functions when function in that language are treated like any other variable. So you can see function is treated like any other variable. For example, in such a language, a function can be passed as an argument to other function. So we can pass a function as an argument to other function and can be returned by other function. So it can be returned by another function, right? And can be assigned as a value to a variable. We already understood that it can be assigned to a variable. So if these features are there, we can say that the language has first class function feature. Let's read that statement once again. So JavaScript is a lightweight, just-in-time compiled programming language because it compiles the code at runtime only with first-class functions, because JavaScript supports those features like function can be assigned to a variable, function can be passed an argument, function can be returned from another function, like that. Okay. Now let's go to the next topic, and that is, what is code editors? Code editors is the place where programmers spend most of their time to write codes, right? It's fact. So there are two main type of code editors. One is called IDE, that is integrated development environment, and lightweight editors. So IDE refers to a powerful editor with many features that usually operates on a whole project. As the name suggests, it's not just an editor but a full-scale development environment. Here we can integrate the IDE with Git as well. So there are many other features available. We'll see once we'll write code in IDE, because we are going to use Visual Studio Code throughout this journey. And I'll show you how to you can download this VS Code. There is another IDEs like WebStorm. Whereas lightweight editors are not that powerful, but they are fast, elegant, and simple, like Atom, Sublime Text, Notepad++. So the main difference between the lightweight editors and an IDE is that IDE works on a project level, so it loads much more data on start, analyze the project structure if needed, and so on. Whereas a lightweight editor is good for opening one file or so. Okay, so let's quickly understand from where we can download Visual Studio Code. For that, you can just go to the Chrome or any other browser which you like and type Visual Studio Code download. Go to the very first link, that is codevisualstudio.com/download, and you can download as per your specification. I have Windows and 64-bit, so I have downloaded that and installed it already. You can download it and install as per the instruction. After downloading, the Visual Studio Code will look like this. Here it is. Here I have already created a folder called JavaScript tutorial, and we will create all folders and files uh, whenever needed. Back to the presentation, the last point that we are going to discuss in this video is like, what is developer console? When we write code, code is prone to errors, we all know, right? You will quite likely make errors. Oh, what am I talking about? You are absolutely going to make errors, at least if you are a human, not a robot. But in the browser, user don't see errors by default. So if something goes wrong in the script, we won't see what is broken and how to fix it. For that, we need developer console to see errors and get lot of other useful information about scripts. For that, we have developer tools embedded in all browsers. So I'm going to show you for Chrome. Okay. So for that, you can just click over three dots, go to more tools, and click over developer tools. There is a shortcut called Control plus Shift plus I. You can use that as well. If you click over here, the developer tool will open and there is a tab called console. To open this console in another way, what you can do is like, you can right click over the page and click over inspect, and then you can switch to the console tab. Now here you will be able to see those errors which are not visible to the user while analyzing the browser or seeing the browser like that. So let's see how it works. For example, I am going to open one website called example.com and see one error is there. So this error won't be visible if I close this developer tool. See, you are not able to get what error is getting thrown by this browser over the console. So to make your code more elegant, more structurized, bug free, then you need the help of developer console. With this, I am ending this video here. If you like this video, just share with your friends so that they can also get benefited. And till that, be happy, take care, signing off for the day.